Welcome to 77 Learn. My name is Fanqi Akiko. This is the second video on Mandarin pronunciation. Today, I'm going to talk about third tone changes. Understanding third tone changes is very important, and hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll be able to say 你好 like a native. Tonal changes are called 变调 in Mandarin. There are three sets of tonal changes that you have to know, and the first one is that of the third tone, which you will learn today. The other two are 不 tonal changes and 一 tonal changes, which I'll do another time. They do seem complicated, but once you know the patterns, they're not that difficult. In the last video, I said there was a trick to say the third tone. Today, the trick shall be revealed. Before we delve into the tonal changes, do you remember how to say the third tone? 三声. I'll use the consonant m and vowel a as an example again. 马 Ma. This is the full, original third tone. How does it change then? Rule number 1. When a third tone is followed by another third tone, the first one becomes a second tone. For example, 你好. The first sound, 你, is a third tone, and the second one, 好, is also a third tone. And so, 你 becomes a second tone. That means when we say this phrase, we don't say 你好. Instead, we say 你好, 你好. Rule number 2. When a third tone is followed by a first, second, or fourth tone, it changes to a half tone. A half third tone is the first part of the original third tone. Now let's have a look at some examples. 你听 你听 你来 你来 你去 你去 Here's a common question I often get. Both the half third tone and the fourth tone fall. How can I differentiate them? Well, it's easy. First of all, the falling part of the half third tone is very minimal. You can hardly hear it. Also, as you can see from this graph, the half third tone is much lower than the fourth tone. So the trick to saying the half third tone is to say it as low as possible. Forget about it falling. Just keep your voice low when you have to say a half third tone. Let's look at the examples again. 你听 In 你听 你 is a third tone. 听 is a first tone, so 你 becomes a half third tone. We don't say 你听 but instead say 你听 你听 Now let's look at 你来 你 is a third tone, 来 is a second tone, so 你 becomes a half third tone. We don't say 你来 but say 你来 你来 And then we have 你去 你 is a third tone, 去 a fourth tone, so 你 becomes a half third tone. We don't say 你去 but say 你去 你去 Here's one thing that learners have to be careful. Many learners, well, they do say a low half third tone, unconsciously they raise it at the end of it, like this. 你听你来你去 The trick to doing the half third tone well is to keep it low right till the end. Let's do a recap of the rules of third tone changes. When we have a third tone followed by another third tone, the first third tone becomes a second tone. Perhaps you can remember this with the saying, likes repel. And when we have a third tone followed by a first, second, or fourth tone, the third tone becomes a half third tone. The way to say a half third tone is simply keep it low. Now, at this stage, you might be wondering, then when do we use the full third tone? Indeed, in normal conversations of fairly high speed, we hardly use it. The full third tone is normally used when we are reciting, talking very slowly, or emphasizing. To illustrate this, I'm going to use 好, which means okay, good, fine. First, let's look at 好 that is said in the half third tone. For example, A couple is talking about what to have for lunch, and the wife suggests having fried rice, to which the husband would probably say, "Ha." This isn't something that one would put any emphasis on, so the most natural way to say it is in a half-third tone, "Ha." And next, examples of the full-third tone. Say, during a match, a team has just scored a goal. At such a time, the excited spectators would probably shout out, "Ha!" It would be quite weird if they said in a half-third tone, "Ha," because it doesn't show any emotions. The natural expression of euphoria at such a time would be, "Ha! Ha!" Another example is this. A little girl keeps pestering her grandmother to play with her. In reply, Grandma, who dotes on a young girl, might say, "Ha ha ha." Did you catch that? The first two "how" were in the second tone, while the last one remained a full third tone. Let me repeat it. "How, how, how. Ha ha ha." That's about it for now. It surely is pretty confusing for a beginner, but remember, learning a language is a process of getting yourself familiar with it. Listen and repeat out loud as often as you can, as though you are learning a song. Before long, they're stuck in your mind. As I said in the last video, at the beginning stage, always practice slowly until you're familiar with the individual sounds. Otherwise, you're going to end up with words off tone, and this will become a habit that will be hard to get rid of. There's an idiom in Mandarin that goes, 欲速则不达, which means more haste, less speed. I hope the video was helpful. Please like and share if you've enjoyed the video, and let me know if you've got any comments or suggestions. See you in the next video. 再见!